Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party.
And welcome to Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samuels Card.
My name is Brandon.
We ready for the party?
Okay, thanks. My name is Brandon Usher, guys, and today is January 13th, 2026, guys. Man, I still try to get used to that.
Like,
2026.
The month, the year, and the day, everything I had to double check just now. For just make sure, because, you know, I once let it slide, and, you know, people...
You have to check yourself, though?
I had to check myself, so I want to wreck myself.
Right. She done start, people. I just did the intro, and she done start.
Just
letting you know.
I not start nothing. I'm starting with excitement, guys, because we have a two-tabulous, amazing segment for you guys. We're gonna be talking about the no matter what auditions coming up very soon. So find out all the details, where you need to be, all of the nitty-gritty. Stay tuned for that. But what else do we have up our sleeve?
Right, so we have a training coming up. We have Nancy Marin coming in talking about the Stop the Bleed training. It's for the medical electives, if I'm not mistaken, yes. And so we have that for you and other things as well. So you do not want to miss it.
You okay? You go treat?
I go treat this morning.
Get a boot up, guys. Just give Brandon some grace today. Go treat.
I'm recovering from this silly cough. What they go wrong? Like,
they have other things that go wrong, actually.
well,
other things.
I catch the cough. I don't want that thing the way you and Kevin had. That's all right. The stomach flu or bug or...
I don't think they have a multiple choice. But you know what, guys?
See for Christ.
You know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section. Make a live return for fun. And let's go first.
There we go.
Ooh, I kind of like the lead pop.
I was doing the macaroni by the way.
Can we go to commercial? I mean, can we go to what?
Commercial up, boot up. Let's go.
It's rubbing off.
I like alcohol.
Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party, girl, why you body?
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me.
You and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
over the
that we
weekend.
see
So
may seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You'll discover how the world turns each day.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Tuesday episode of Sunup on 7. So before we bring you the show, we have to bring you the weather and the traffic courtesy of Belize Met Service and Smart. Renata, stop.
Good morning. A relatively moist northeasterly airflow prevails over the country. And in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be sunny with some cloudy spells today and then cloudy at times tonight. Showers will be isolated, with a few more expected over northern and inland areas this afternoon and then offshore tonight. Then high temperatures for today will reach around 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 84 inland, and then 72 up in the hills. For tonight, low temperatures will reach around 71 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 67 inland, and then 61 in the mountains. The open sea will be from the north to northeast at 5 to 15 knots, with sea conditions being choppy. And then high tides occur at 7:22 this morning and at 5:52 this evening. Low tides at 11:37 this morning and then at 1:57 tomorrow morning. The moon will set at 1:23 this afternoon, then rise at 5:59 tomorrow morning, while sunrise is at 6:25 this morning and sunset at 5:37 this evening. Then in the extended forecast for Wednesday and Wednesday night, skies will be cloudy at times with a few showers or light rain lingering mostly over some coastal areas and offshore. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
Yes, guys, and that is the weather.
Ooh,
I know, right? Why are you here for yourself?
that's big.
I know. Yes, there we go.
It's a big
Thank you.
echo.
Thank you. There we go.
You're frightened now.
I know, like
Ooh,
that's a voice song.
Hey, I can't deal with actually hearing myself after, like, I've done an advertisement or even the shows. I don't know. It's just weird to hear back yourself. Isn't that?
I agree.
You know, hey, I don't know if you've ever done this where you send a voice note to somebody.
I go
And then-
over it.
And you go check it, right? And then it'll be like, this is how I song? This is how I song? I was like, oh.
There is something that says that we don't actually sound how we think we sound.
Uh-huh. Just like how we
Because-
don't look how we think we look in the mirror.
Because when you talk, like your whole body will vibrate at the same time because of the voice. And so you hear a certain sound, your ears pick up a certain sound, but somebody else will pick up a certain sound. So I don't know if that's what we're hearing when we listen to ourselves back. Like, ooh, just how we sound.
This is it's an experience. It's an experience. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing on a scale of 1 to 10? How are we feeling?
Michelle did good because she literally, you know, so done start the war.
Hey, I read that. I want me to laugh. I wanted me to come back on because I read her comment. I was like, no
Well,
comments.
Mish,
there.
we have a lot to say about that this morning. Mish comment is, when I soon stop says smart and it will be BTL.
This is water. This is water.
The violence has picked up this morning, Ren, but you set the trend correct this morning.
How did I say?
You didn't start correct me over on the...
I just wanted to make sure that you were okay because of the last time,
And then
last
you...
incident.
Yeah, then we go to a commercial break right after the intro.
You know, in my mind, I said maybe we need to switch things up and do a little commercial. Who said we have to do
When the
that?
people in demand no more commercials,
They do, but
we might
no.
soon not get no more commercials for true. I don't know where they go on, man.
Stop it! I need you, like, you know, okay. Positivity. Can we have it? Can we have a dosage?
How much that word? Price of living, yeah, I mean...
90 million.
You see?
Okay.
You see
You
it?
know what? I stopped. I stopped. We look nice. I like the color. This powdered blue looks really nice on you.
Aw, thank you. And this yellow look nice.
This
Barbados.
is so good, guys.
Barbados.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Well, I did not lead darker blue, but it's all right. It's all right. But we love you, Barbados. I still love you. And I wish to go back, but man, tickets expensive right now.
Friend, we need to talk about.
And that because I don't even know if the airlines will start going back yet. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure either. But guys, we need accountability.
Yes, I agree, Miss Karen.
Thank you, Miss Karen. You know what? Thank you for keeping us straight. Thank you all our viewers for making sure we keep straight here on the show. So,
Miss Claudia has said.
what Miss Claudia said?
That's true, I love to sing. One day my daughter recorded me. I didn't know I sound so bad. I agree too. I used to make music and I stopped from the singing and just got straight into rap. Like,
You rap?
yes, actually I do.
Stop it.
I have several songs that I
You have
used to-
songs?
Yeah.
Are they on Spotify?
No, Renata, back then that thing never exists.
Oh yes, I just remember you're that old.
Yes, back in the 1900s, it never exists. No, I'm kidding.
I need to hear you rap. We should have a petition to ask Brandon to rap for us on the show.
I don't think so. Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
so we're moving into our couch talk this morning.
Obviously, he want me to jumpstart his career in music. But anyways,
Anyways, yes. Moving into our first topic this morning, and we're on the topic, yes, of the BTL acquisition. And, well, we're going to the law,
Yeah.
right? And the Belize telecommunications law at that as well. But the former PUC chairman, Mr. John Avery, was saying that that is illegal in the first place to be doing. After so many years of getting out of a monopoly way back when, from before I even banned,
Spending hundreds of millions of dollars.
trying to create the infrastructure so that we can have competition within our country and get
Just
rid of
to
the
what?
monopoly.
Just to make it
Just for make it just go reverse back, right? Spend so much millions, like you said, right? Just forget that. For buy over back BTL from private interests and what's not, and nationalizing it, to creating Intelco, to creating Smart, to all of these other competitions, just so make we reverse back, right? But he brought up the law. Again, the Belize Telecommunications Law, and as Jules says, from 1987, it has been a platform for competition. No monopoly. And even in those acts that talk about competition, there are stiff penalties
Yeah, you can
when
get your
it
license
comes
revoked.
to... Not even that. Once you even sign into an agreement for try to monopolize anything like that, you get a fine from $200,000 to from $20,000 to $100,000, and shall revoke your license
Oh,
to the
wow,
PUC. So my question is, Ren, what if this was allowed to happen, right?
The thing is, people don't, and in the economics of it, of understanding what a monopoly really brings to the table, many people do understand, but many people are just like, yeah, it's gonna be bad, but it takes it to a different level, especially with a small population. I think we have to understand of the fact that rates can never ever be something that we can pick in any way, shape, or form, and we can influence. Because yes, purchase power is something that we as consumers have, but when you have only one option, honey bunch of oats, they like you to go to a store and they only sell Coke. You want Fanta, honey, but guess what? Only Coke there. Only Coke there for get. And I know one of the things they have been looking at, and we're going to talk about it later on with the media and their press conference. That nothing sweet me more than the media having a press conference. Somebody has to do it.
A press conference.
Yeah, a press conference. But just the idea of how competition is very healthy. When you look at a business, if you don't have any competitors, the quality of that business sometimes...
That's it, right? The quality can drop, we can't complain.
Honey,
exactly.
You could complain. No, you can.
But what happened?
Exactly. No, that's what I want to say, because we could complain. We could go up on Facebook, we could go all the way, we could make video, we could have the press could have a press conference. All kind of things can happen. But when you are the only operating person, organization in the market, you set the rules, honey. You do. And so that's also why when the chairman spoke about the best interest of the public, I kind of took that in a way of
Best
saying...
interest of the company. Of the private company.
I think it's
I'll get to
more-
that right now, too.
That's what I thought, because it's not necessarily looking at the public. Yes, maybe it will help to build their clientele, because as we've discussed before, it's not necessarily buying over the technology, buying over, whatever they're doing when it comes to their moving forward.
Yes, you say infrastructure.
It's just the infrastructure, technology. None of these things are really being bought over. These are not the selling points. The selling points are really just the clientele. And so with more clientele, yes, it could cost or shift the cost of production for them, so rates can decrease. However, it doesn't mean rates have to decrease. And that's the thing to note. It can be a thing where they come and say, okay, for this first 2 years, you have things go down. But all of a sudden,
Bap.
there is inflation, Brandon. There are things happening. And because of that, we must increase the cost of X, Y, and Z. So internet, all these stuff go. And then the next thing that comes with it as being on a monopoly, and this is what everybody has to just sign on to, is just the choice of you can take it away from companies. You can take it away
from a person, from whatever.
You can choose that as a bargaining tool to say, well, I could cut you right out.
And guess what? Right, guys? It's not a violation of your rights, because we don't have no laws for say that one private company could violate your rights. The only government could violate your rights at this point through the Constitution. But one private company could just say, you know what, I deny you services. You know, when these signs that say we have the right to deny anybody services, they can deny you your services as well. So like what Jules been say on the couch so many months ago,
Years, hear you.
months ago, is that we don't like what Jules has said today. Make me cut
he.
him off. We don't
Cut
like when
he.
Moses said today, cut
Cut
him
he.
off. Just cut them off. And guess what? Cut you off a cable television as well as internet. They cut off the internet. We can't even upload nothing for you. So they cut off all of that. And guess what? Channel 7 just in
You
the
can't
dark.
do anything about it. You then take away the ability to properly report how you want, to do what you want, because you know there could be repercussions, and repercussions come with the idea of being completely cut out, or something faulty happened. It wasn't cut out.
Not even
It was
that. They
faulty
cut off your
happening.
phone line and everything. You give it call nobody.
Yeah, when Jules talked about that instance where he
Yesterday,
had to
yep.
actually like drive to his house to get internet when they completely cut off Channel 7, I thought that was crazy. But that's what you open a door to with a monopoly. You open a door to them being able to exercise that power however they want. Of course, it's not saying that they will do it, but it's the possibility that they can do it if they would want to do it.
And then the thing is, guys, it's like you are someone state-owned, yes, state-owned television, internet service, whatever. They can control they can control everything at that point, what you have access to, what they're broadcasting, everything like that. It turns into a dictatorship, really. This is the way how we want you to see the world. This is the way how we put it out. That's it. Cut out all the other man there for it. So all of these things were a part of the whole discussions when it was coming to, make we have choices, make we have healthy competition. And healthy competition can look like, all right, you're the bleed out smart until smart collapse. But guess what? You have there other companies down underneath where they offer that, right? Make we do that. That's a competition, but for
That's a competition.
wholly acquire every single broadcasting thing and telecommunications companies just because, make it streamline better for them, man. Make them stop paying more and more and more.
In the long run, remember, this is for the people, this is for the population. The reality is, and I think that's
Barbara,
what also the
thank
laws
you.
look at, is that it's not supposed to be a thing where you're buying out the competition. If the competition is supposed to get out, it's supposed to be a healthy, come out of the market where they, quote unquote, lose profits every single time and then they dry out bankruptcy, whatever it is along that line. And
It's
that
a
can be the
competition.
thing where they can offer themselves out in that sense. But it's not a thing where, you know what, just because we know that there's supposed to be a new competitor in the market, and we know that there is a competitor when it comes to rural communities, just because that's happening does not mean or equate it to, okay, it's a free-for-all, we can now do what we want and we can buy over these companies. I think what's good now, we move into our second topic because it aligns perfectly. When the media did their press conference, one of the big points that they're trying to get, in case you are missing any of the things in there, is just to look at how the media has been faced with competition. I know, Mo said the real clear-cut thing where there's so many different media houses, and yes, it can be times where you're operating at a loss, it's not really profitable in that way, but you can choose to stay in the market or you can choose to get out of the market. But it's not a thing where you buy out everybody and we just have one
Radio Belize again.
Radio Belize once again, because we know that doesn't operate well. That doesn't work well because there's only one message going around. And we also see this in the country where you could see Channel 7, you could see Crime, you could see all of them having a kind of different message coming along, but that can allow people to appreciate what they're getting their news from, what source they're getting it from.
And again, through the press conference, we found out that there are other persons who were affected. Like Mose was saying that he get cut off one day where they're like, what is going on? Jules has been saying that. Louis Wade from Plus TV has been saying the same thing, that his staff for so many years when they started off at 14, but because of cutting and because of this and because of that, his staff has had to dwindle to 7 people alone. So it's like, they've all been victims of this, and now they're looking at a monopoly where the same people in a power, they're actually, coming and they have the ability to cut people off. They're like, what then? And will they actually say, well, buy out we? Because if we don't want to buy out we as independent media houses, then we could do that. And we want to set the price as well. Because we can't just come here and say, oh, well, I don't know where this and I don't know where that. No.
But on that same note, and I want to go back to, again, the media houses and the idea of competition, they made reference or looked at the idea that with Facebook being introduced into the play as it comes to healthy competition, Facebook has changed the game when it comes to what media or what these broadcasting businesses are trying to push and uncover, because you have the idea of free streaming. You have the idea of free advertisement, and you know we joke around here about how we have to pay the bills, but the reality is
We have to pay the bills
the
through
advertisements
advertisements.
that are done during commercials are literally how you pay the bills to make sure that everything that's happening right here continues on. Because of course it's paid, and that's how the money is accumulated. That is the truth. But when you think about Facebook, there's free advertisement, or you could just do it straight through Facebook, and then you could boost your advertisement. So media
And guess what, you know, the pay
has been
GST for everything.
operating with these different competitions, and they tried their way to make it work. And I guess that's the stance of saying, considering all of these different factors that have been changing with AI, with media, with Facebook, and these different streamlining platforms, why can't you try your best to make it work as well and keep the competition healthy and available for persons out there? I think that's the thing.
Then they talk about how Starlink forgive competition or what's that? Well, literally block Starlink from accessing Belize and just giving the rural
areas.
underserved areas.
So can't you just keep it as that?
That no competition period. And then even
that's
so,
right, right?
even so that don't want international competition, all the money going to up now.
And then people will still ultimately always have the choice of what they want to put their money at. And again, choice is important for any consumer so they don't feel like they're just be told what to do, where to buy, who to buy from. They have an option. They have an opinion to have with the overall thing.
Right.
So-
So moving on, and we're switching gears a bit before we go back to this. There was an unfortunate incident which happened, I think, on yesterday, Monday, whereas a woman going to work in the Valley of Peace area, village in the Kaya district, she was pulled over by a group of men who were claiming to be Mexican, a part of the Mexican cartels. And she was being there interrogated and asked if she's a part of the police or any security personnel whatsoever, and that they would ask her to call a family member to demand a ransom for her release. And in one case, she thought about it. She's like, I afraid for call who I call, but I know my mother Guatemala, and I will call she instead. And they asked for 200,000 quetzales.
That's just crazy.
200,000 quetzales. And when they never get through it, that they demanded $10,000 from her for her own release. Now, luckily, fight or flight, she chose to fight, and she actually just saw an opportunity and took off in her vehicle, and she escaped unharmed. Now, they held her up at gunpoint.
For about 30 minutes. I can't even imagine that 30 minutes was the longest 30 minutes of her life. Just to think about the idea. First, you have to they're forcing you to get a family member involved. Now, they're forcing you to try to find money where you know you're not gonna like that. And at that point, you're just like, is this going to be it? Is this the last time that I'm going to be able to hear from my family? You know, that all of the things flash through your head, and at that moment, the amount of money being demanded is like, what?
I mean, who did travel with that amount of money? Who did
Yeah,
like, things like that?
exactly.
But for that guise to be used as a Mexican cartel, right? It's like, it's scary because we don't know if, yes, it is actually true. Because if it is true, then yes, we are fully infiltrated. It's not just the North. But make somebody come up with something that like, wow, and then at gunpoint and held up in your car for 30 minutes.
Crazy. It's traumatizing. She also made mention that she hasn't as yet reported the incident, but she's making this known. And of course, as you see, you only saw Courtney because she was off camera for it. She's trying to make people be fully aware of these incidents that are taking place so that it doesn't have to happen to someone else out there. So it's kind of like a forewarning to be super mindful of like when you are traversing these roads, what is possible, what could happen too.
But and then of all places, and I'm not saying that this in any bad way, but Valley of Peace, which is a very remote area as well, right outside the capital, you take that road and you go down. But a remote place like this, and then you have somebody where they demand such a high amount of money there.
Yeah.
Not like one commercial center, not like one municipality, just there in the middle of the country. That not sit right. And as Michelle said, Mexican cartel asking for quetzales, which is Guatemalan currency.
Things not add up. Things not add up. But all in all, I think one of the important things is to understand, like when you were saying, in those areas, you're not having much police presence, if not any at all. It's remote where people aren't really seeing what's happening, so you can't get away with certain things. And so it's also a matter of being much more cautious and mindful when you're traversing these areas, because obviously people that come out of nowhere and they try to hold you up
That's crazy.
in your car.
That is crazy.
In your car.
Somebody's saying that's the Chapinas. The West is flooded with them.
And that's a scary thing to think
Because look, Pane, the other news, and this is off topic a bit, but the two Guatemalans will get charged with the ammunition in the West, so, you know, a Hilux. Like, what?
These stories are coming
What?
out a lot more. And so I remind you to be mindful of when you're going out, who you're going out with, you know, what you're taking with you, all these things, because it's really getting crazy out there. And I don't think, and I also will say that the police department don't necessarily have enough personnel to be everywhere. They're already short of men. So they can't station people every single place. So we also have to be mindful of where we're going and where that safety
Definitely.
can be questioned.
Right, guys, so we're switching topics back to the VTL Smart and the whole acquisition issue. And this one deals with the Minister of Immigration now. I need to get used to that. Karim Musa. He was saying that he supports the public consultations on the acquisition. Now, what does this really mean? On Friday's press conference with the chairman of the BTL board, Mr. Lizarraga, he was saying that, well, this is not a private company, this not have nothing to do with the public. Well, I asked the question, Mr. Lizarraga, who own the private company? If not but the government and we the people.
Owns a large majority of it. I'm forgetting the exact amount. I think it's
55,
50,
if not
50 something, yeah.
And then, yes, so and then Social Security owns a large amount too, right? But it's the people who own it. So definitely, if you're the head, if we appoint you and we did not appoint you, but the government appointed you, the Prime Minister appointed you.
What is that telling you about
That is you to run the company for us. So anything you do for the company must come back to us
and
as
be
the
done in the best
shareholders.
interest of the
Us.
people. The people.
So definitely what Karim Musa was saying was on that line there, and he's saying that, yes, public consultations need to occur before you actually make a huge move like this. But if the law is saying otherwise, then why even have that? That's supposed to just done. Chop.
But they still haven't even gotten a lot of information about it, Brandon.
He said that he even gone to the house. It's supposed to go to, he believes it's supposed to go today.
I was shook at when he said how that they still don't got a lot of information. He said how he just knows the value price that, you know, has been circulating, that has been mentioned.
And that's for as somebody put it, the unfortunate release from Lord Ashcroft. Stating how much what's not worth and blah, blah, blah.
Why you
right?
not getting in the charitable cause, you know. So why
The non-charitable cause.
the charitable cause, Brandon. You don't be part of the
Anyways,
charity.
but yes, public consultation on acquisition, Karim Musa supports it. I don't know what we are consulted the public with at this point,
If they don't have their
because
mind made up. And that's a lot
not
of times
even,
how
it's not even
consultations
that. It's against the law to monopolize. So why even go through this route? We don't say Centaur pull out. Centaur don't pull out. But that's a cable company.
work. Next Gen pull out too.
Next Gen pull out too. So that's another cable company.
So I think it's just a Southern Cable.
Southern Cable, which is Mark Lizarraga's. Anyways, but we have SpeedNet still in.
Yeah.
SpeedNet still
But
in,
SpeedNet is
and that's the
but
next
SpeedNet
communications.
was the one that made sense to be in the first place. So that's not really like saying, oh, we have SpeedNet in. That's the big one that we're like, okay, we wouldn't want that to even be the case. We don't even want this deal to be going out and going through the way it is. So a lot of things to consider, a lot of things to look at. And of course, for persons out there, I would just remind you, with the limited amount of information that's being shared, to read up on what you can, you know, listen to as much press conferences and understand fully so you can make a proper decision, not based on what somebody else is saying, but based on what you feel would be pertinent. I would encourage you to also read up on monopolies, understand what the pros and cons of monopolies are. If it's a word that you're hearing for the first time, I'm not talking about the game that we play and love. We're talking about a serious situation that can change the way we look at telecommunications in the country, and it's something that will affect you. Maybe not right now, but time to come may affect your children, may affect your children's children. And we fought for a whole. I always say, if you go back into the history and say, we actually fought to not have something like this in place, and then now you to go back to fight to have it in place. It's like.
And just to clarify, Southern Cable is not Mark Lizarraga's, because I feel I kind of see how that would have come off just now. It's not his, but there are shares tied close to him, right? Owned by somebody close to him.
Oh, by somebody close to him.
But yes, moving on into our fifth topic this morning, and this one is so kind of, I think it kind of ruffles some people's feathers, that's all.
How so, Brandon? How does
Because-
it ruffle feathers?
The Belize and the United States rolled out their biometric data sharing partnership, advancing border security and migration cooperation.
They handed over about 250,000 US dollars worth of different equipment, so forth, and it
Which
was
is in play at some border points.
yeah, already at some border points.
But the national rollout comes in the next 2 to 3 months. Whereas they can take your biometrics to ensure or to verify that you are who you say you are, right? And this is all these biometrics are stored in an international database that is shared with so many other countries who have subscribed to this actual
Yeah, so
thing.
it's a better way to share that information from other countries,
Right.
Belize, to also understand who's coming in, because I think one of the big points to make from this and this initiative is looking at is enhancing the national and regional safety. And with that, that means, again, the information that's shared amongst one country to our next country, you can be able to vet the person. I think one also important point to look at is that it says it's not necessarily affecting Belizeans that are here going out or coming in. It's more affecting persons that are coming in to be able
Yeah.
to check that information. So, for example, Brandon Ofanya, he did come in, but I need to check out what that Brandon biometric data. Did Brandon have some? He didn't fault with the law. He has some crimes underneath his belt or whatever.
Cartel member suspected, I
whatever
don't
it
know.
is. I can be able to check Brandon when he comes in to be like, Honduras have a dong for this, blah blah blah, etc. Have a dong for this, because again, with the regional the information being shared, you can be able to properly check a person in that.
Or even so, we've had the incidents of fake passports floating around as well.
Raw.
So to actually verify that this person in this passport is actually you, and is this a legit passport in the first place, these are some of the things. But some of the problems or some of the issues that I've seen people have is like, well, why you to share our biometric data with other people and what's not? And then it's an unfortunate statement, but I understand what he was saying. Minister Kareem was saying.
Tell me.
Oh, don't Belizeans don't have to worry. We don't got our phone data. Oh my gosh. I
know
could
what
see
he
how
was
people
trying to
could
say, though.
misinterpret that.
I know
could
what
see.
he was trying to say.
Yes, I know that. If you go on a pretty passport, guess what? They have your biometrics. Even before that, they got, well, no, not even before that, but they have all your pretty biometrics in that new pretty passport we have.
Oh, it's the
And trust me, if you've ever traveled to the US and you'll say, put your 4 fingers on your right hand on the thing, put your thumbs
Take a
together,
picture.
take your picture. That is your biometrics being taken by the
they've got
US as
you.
well.
They've got you already. Stop it. I really wish people would understand that. It's not like that idea of like, I had to protect myself. I don't want nobody to know my data, blah, 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 etc. For the fact that you depend on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other stuff they know on the data. For the fact, I'm sure people, they scroll sometimes, they talk about
Ren, how you unlock your phone? Just
for your
watch for
face
it.
and all of that. From the fact that you say that you look for some kind of food, and then out of nowhere your phone start look up the food. And there's data that's just being shared and things that are happening that we don't necessarily fully understand. All I'm saying is that the introduction of these new equipment, software, hardware and software, is really going to be helping to support us being a lot more proactive with checking for fraudulent documents, like Brandon was saying, to be...
Also, with the mobile interdiction unit, the MIU, they will be, as Minister Oscar Mier was saying, is that they will actually be roaming around Belize and just,
Yes.
checking to ensure that you are who you say you are, because we of our porous borders, of course, people just land hopping over our
Everybody
borders. These are some of the things as well that they will be checking. So it's not only at our border points, northern, western, southern borders. No, it's actually all throughout the country of Belize that they will be doing this. So yes, guys.
And again, the system targets international travelers, not the citizens of Belize. So that's also, again, very clear to cut that it's people coming in, international travelers, not the Belizeans that are going out.
Right.
So yeah, just to understand a little bit about that and to know that this already is in place for certain border control points that is being rolled out, and the next 2 to 3 months is going to be fully rolled out for you guys to see.
All right, so moving on into our final topic this morning, the president of the second largest growing GDP country in the world, Guyana, is coming to Belize, and this is a national visit from February 1st to February 3rd. This is Dr. Mohamed Irfan Alves, who is coming in to basically have talks with the government to actually own, Ali, who's actually coming into Belize to open one of his roles is, well, not roles, but his appearances is to open the new session of parliament and to actually have bilateral talks with the government to see how they can strengthen cooperation between the two nations in terms of agriculture. We know that he's a part of the CARICOM agricultural sector, and he is actually looking to strengthen those ties between Belize and Guyana.
That's very important.
For them to progress seamlessly into the future together.
It's also expected a number of cooperation agreements will be signed during this visit. So again, like Brandon was mentioning, they're looking at the session of the parliament to open up, and of course, looking at the productive agricultural sector to see exactly what can be taking place in that. Listen, once they come into anything agriculture, when it comes to any sector of being enhanced or any way, shape, or form, I look and I see exactly what that is. And I also have to just, again, align to see how beneficial these things will be for Belize, but also be open to see when there's more partnerships being built, because a country can't rely on themselves alone. They have to be able to build fruitful, harmonious partnerships with other countries. And you're looking at Guyana and seeing exactly how they have been able to transcend and be a lot better when it comes to production with agriculture. So we'll see how we can be able to look at that.
Interesting times.
Interesting times.
But yes, guys, with that, we've come to the end of our couch talk. We do like the comments that you guys have been putting in there.
What are they saying?
They're just, Everell, as usual, is stir up trouble. And then, like, Miss Claudia just said that they add coal to the fire. And just, yeah, guys, we do enjoy your comments at times. And we do
Some of
have
them we can't read because
yes.
they're really out of
rough, one a rough man.
But, you know, for our Facebook comment friends, they can be able to enjoy these.
Let's enjoy it
and so
while it lasts,
yes.
right? Let's be grateful for
Mine
it.
we know. My sister.
Let's, Ren, you have a birthday shout out, yeah?
I do have a birthday shout out. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, sorry, a little sniffle, guys. A little sniffle. Not on, so you made a cough up earlier when you was
Yeah, but I don't have sniffles.
You just have dry mouth?
It's a sickening dry cough. Like the night, it just kept me up last night again with my secret all over. I take cough medicine and it still they happen and I'm like, my secret, can't sleep.
Is it the
like a
garlic
babe.
and the whole thing that not help a cough though? Is it like a raspy cough where it hurt you?
Yes, it does.
You have to be careful with that because that can mess up your vocals, chords, and everything.
Well, I mean...
But not like you'll be a rapper either way because you know what? Anyways, the birthday shout out is coming along the way, guys. And this is for a dad and a husband. And this is for Mr. Javier Molina. This is Zavi's.
okay.
This is Zavi's dad, by the way. So I love when his wife reached out and said, "Can please Sunup give a beautiful birthday shout?" I'm like, of course we can. We love and appreciate Mr. Javier. So
yes, happy
Mr.
birthday.
Javier, happy blessed birthday from your family. With love, JJ, Zavi, Orissa, and of course Sunup on 7 sending you all the love. An amazing human being that you are. May this new chapter be filled with opportunities, happiness, peace, and all the great things under the sun. And may you continue to make a difference in everybody's lives that you come in contact with. And of course, may your business continue to boom and blossom in every single way, shape, and form. So happy blessed birthday to
Right.
you.
Happy birthday. And yes, guys, with that, we have our sunrise and this
Where
one.
is it from? Well, when come on, I know, but
Yeah.
I just made it try.
Well, wait. What part is from, right?
I don't know, you know. Where is it? Is that
It looks like Kikaka.
Placencia?
It could be Placencia, no?
Yeah. I think that the way how the sunset, it
But
looks like
it's a beautiful, sunset. What part? Malacate? What?
Machikilha?
I don't know what part of it. Thank you so
Guys,
much for
we're
this
so
San Pedro
silly.
sunrise, guys.
This is so gorgeous. Thank
Yes.
you so much for this sunrise. May the rays go into your screens. Big up San Pedro. All our people from San Pedro truly appreciate and love you guys. Your warmth, your love, your sweets. And we're sending all of the sunshine to you and all our viewers. We're going to go to our first commercial break because, like we say, we need to pay the bills. And then we're going to be back with exciting conversations. Stay tuned.
Oh, there we go.
Tell me.
No, Michelle, they talked about the cough. Oh, we don't got my commercial yet? Oh. Okay, yes, let's continue. Yes, Michelle is talking about the
We're
cough.
still here. Ooh,
And that's true that, like, this morning would catch me that, like, I choke over my own breath and I even spit. There's breath, like, it dry out my
So you don't know if you breathe good now?
trachea.
You don't know if you breathe good?
Well, the air needs to get it taken together.
Well, you
Right,
must-
let-
you must
Ooh,
cut- you must cut on national
Is it
TV?
actually a thing? But anyways, I'm being told that, yes, we can go to commercial break.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter means aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening, I'm Shireen Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. And no Claudia, no laughing, except for the fact that Renata may actually play Tomoir with this, mannequin just now. But, guys, we're jumping into our first conversation this morning, and we're here joined with Ms. Nefertari Nancy Marin, the founder of the Medical Electives Belize, and we're going to be talking about the Stop the Bleed training. What is it all about? Well, let's find out. Good morning, Miss Nancy. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Brandon. How are you?
Good.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Ren.
I'm so excited
to see you. Exactly. You'd hide from me.
Give way up.
The uno have me put up the kayo, uno bring me that city at all.
What?
Put up like good ostrich meat.
My gosh.
But we're excited because on the break, guys, we were talking about all the persons that already have been trained, the idea of this. Unfortunately, due to us not wanting to mess up the set right now, because next time I have already asked for us to have a live demonstration that showcases some of just the experience that police officers, firefighters, community workers,
anybody
students,
really,
and so forth, thus far have been able to receive from this amazing training. So it's called the Stop the Bleed training. Talk to us a little bit about just the idea and the need to bring this into the community and to Belize.
So it's been a while in the making. Belize suffers from a lot of traffic accidents.
So true.
We lose lives because the ambulance doesn't get there in time. And we lack in the law of the Good Samaritan law, which we don't have in Belize. Mm-hmm. So people are very reluctant to help. They're afraid to get sued. We have a lot of shootings and people stand by, and a lot of we always complain that police stand up there and don't do nothing.
Right.
And we don't understand why. It's one, they're not trained to stop the bleed, and they're afraid to get sued. So with this training, I lobbied with the Ministry of Health to approve us doing the training, and they actually approved it a couple months ago. So it was rush. I already had the University of Missouri waiting for us to give them the yes so they can come do it, and the professors and students in the University of Missouri, they got trained and stopped the bleed because we asked them to do it in Belize. They're trained nurses, but they had to get trained specifically for stop the bleed. And they did that in the last few months, just so they can come to Belize and help me with the training, because I told them about the great need that we have to do that. Many people lose their lives in these occasions because of losing too much blood.
Right.
And so we decided that the first responders needed to be trained, but also ordinary people.
Definitely, because ordinary people are usually the first ones to stumble upon these scenes, right? So in terms of now having the training, how long does the training usually occur, and what was some of the common responses that you've received from these trainings?
So the training is actually very, very short. It's a half-day training only. We're there, we're in the room for just half day. It's very intense and very specific. So with the stop the bleed, we talk a little bit about breathing, about how to calm down a victim and all that, but specifically it's just to stop the bleeding, because that's where we lose lives. This training was actually developed by the Ministry of Defense of the United States of America, and when we want to do the stop the bleed, they have to approve it. So they've approved everything for us. They used it in the Gulf War a lot, as they explained it to us, and that's where they realized how much lives it can actually save for people to just know how to stop the bleed. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to know anything else. Just stopping a gunshot. As you can see, the mannequin, it will show us a gunshot wound that doesn't go all the way through. And then in that instance, they teach us, don't try to remove the bullet, don't try to remove a knife, anything that somebody has in them, because it can cause even more bleeding.
Correct.
So we just have to stuff it and put pressure on it. And we're taught how to put the pressure, how to use the tourniquets. If it's a wound that we know is life-threatening, it's because it's either gushing out or they have lost at least like half a can. You know, the soda cans? We kind of mentally measure it with that. If somebody lost half a soda can, it means that it's life-threatening. And then you need to use the tourniquet. Because we don't use the tourniquet for everything, because you can lose a limb if it's too tight. Also important is where to put the tourniquet. You can't put it on the joint. You can't put it on top of the injury. You have to put it above the injury. And then an injury that might need only pressure from you, from your hands, or need the tourniquet. But also we are teaching people to stuff. Can I show you guys?
Yes, sure.
I'm so excited.
Guys, Renata is excited because she wanted to be a medical doctor as a child.
There was a point in time that I liked blood so much I was like, I should be a doctor, but then that was a short lived.
So like you said, we won't let the blood gush, but you have to do it in like the least time possible, because if it goes over 3 minutes, you can lose somebody.
Oh, wow.
So you have to actually push it in there.
Oh, so you like just stuff it.
Oh. Stuff it in there. Get it all
and then
the
you
way
hold the pressure?
And then you have to pressure like this. Just like when you're doing this
CPR.
You hold it like this and put the pressure with all of your body. Here, you can try it now.
Okay. Let me straighten them. So I have the
You don't have time for straightening.
No, I have full experience. Go!
What happened to straightening?
Go, Ren. You just saved the life, Ren.
Wow! Okay. They can live to tell the tale.
And then these tourniquets, this one is the cat tourniquet. We have to put it under like this, and always pull it
So
towards you.
if it's this wound or
If
if
it's-
it's this wound?
If it's this one, we will still, because it's so close to the elbow.
Joint.
This joint, you can't put it there, and this is too thick to go right here, so you can break the joint. So you would have to put it up here if it's this one
Okay.
you're dealing with, or if it's this one, you put it up here.
Ah.
So you put it in there, and then you pull it. It tightens.
And it holds down.
And it
for that
holds
spot.
down. This one, you turn it. I have it wrong.
This looks so complicated.
It
too.
is because I did it wrong because I'm silly.
New work. Oh, this is heavy. This is a nice hand.
It is very heavy.
This is a nice hand, guys.
Yeah. So you put this in. I'm not opening it properly.
Oh, this looks like this requires work.
We need
though.
somebody stronger. No, it usually is
Supposed to be
open.
stronger, friend.
But anyway, we'll put it in, and then this goes around here. It tightens, and then you turn this way.
Oh.
So I could
So
distance.
it tightens.
Right.
Yeah, it tightens it.
Ah.
This one is less complicated.
Oh yeah, I like the less complicated one.
This one is much, much less complicated. But we did train a whole lot of people. We did in San Ignacio. We trained community health workers. Sorry, I did throw it.
No worries.
We trained community health workers. We trained, and of course, obviously, I didn't do the training. It was
somebody else did the training.
It was the professors at the.
Just imagine there's a blood gushing out, guys. We couldn't have it because obviously of your discretion and
On our carpet.
our carpet.
You pull this, and it goes over. But you need to twist. If it isn't tight enough, you twist it, and then this goes here.
Okay.
Oh.
So you can feel how tight it is, Ren.
Oh my goodness. And so that just stays and then they remove it when of course they get to the hospital.
Yeah, what we were trained is that you can't remove it. You do not remove the tourniquet. You don't remove any of this stuff that you...
Until the medical personnel.
the medical professional, because remember, we're not medical professionals.
Right. Nancy, I have a question here going in the chat. So people aren't usually equipped with, Renata, really?
Sorry. My bad.
People aren't really traveling along with tourniquets and things like that. What can people use in case of things? And one person asking is it okay if, like, I have a shirt, can I use that as a tourniquet?
It's perfectly okay. I can use my scarf. You just need, because you need this, if you have a pencil, a pen, a piece of stick, anything, you would just put this around, twist the pencil on here, and use that to twist it.
To tighten.
That's smart. You could like
To
make
tighten.
And in terms of, let's say for the stuffing now, what would people be able to use?
You literally can use anything. You can use your shirt. I know that a lot of people, your socks, anything. People usually worry about if you're going to cause an infection if you use something dirty, but infections will take a few days at least to kill you.
Yeah.
The bleeding is what will kill you. So we're not worried about infections. We're not worried about losing a limb. We're not worried about any of that. If you need to put the tourniquet tighter to stop the bleeding, put the tourniquet tighter. The worst that can happen is you lose a limb, but you save a life.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I've learned, I think it was not forensic psychology, it was forensics science, that if there's a stab wound, you leave that in, or if there's an impaling of any sort, whether it be a knife, whether it be you fall on something, you don't take that out, like you rightfully said before, but you wrap around it and you tighten around it.
You wrap around it, yes.
In order, and then wait until the medical professional comes for them to handle it.
You still put a little pressure, but around it. You don't remove it. You like that the arm will leave it.
I'm
concerned. I don't know about you, brother.
I show the people it, you know, in the angle. I want them to see.
We can't show the arm apparently.
So in the case of the shooting here, where you can show it, Ren, since you're in love with it. how the bullet came out on the other end.
This is small, so this one can be shown since it's too small.
So if we have something like that, what we're taught is to cover the bottom first before you start putting pressure on the top.
Okay. Does it matter if there's there's a difference between the entry and the exit wound. The exit wound is usually larger than the entry wound. Does it matter which side is the bottom, or how does that work?
The exit wound is what I'm calling the bottom. Sorry, because she had it at the bottom.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, in this case, you would like stuff something here first.
Okay. All right.
Especially if it's like you're laying on a street or something. Stuff the bottom first, and then you stuff the top, and then you put the pressure on
and
the
then
top.
would you do the what's the thing called again?
The tourniquet?
Would you do the tourniquet for that, or you don't need to?
So the tourniquet is only if you need it. If the blood is gushing out, then you know you need a tourniquet.
Right. Stop the
or
blood flow.
To stop the blood flow. So if it's gushing out, or if it's a lot of blood that they already lost, if you see a lot of blood that could be evaluated like half of a can, then that's when you know you definitely need a tourniquet. One of the things we learned when we visited the police, the fire department, is that they don't necessarily have these things in their first aid kits.
Right.
So what do they do? They have to do the old-fashioned tourniquet?
Well, at the moment, they don't do anything. The police cannot, because of the laws of Belize, they cannot assist, and because they were not trained before.
Okay.
So now we trained a total of 80 police officers, and the advocacy has started to ask government to enact a law that will help civilians and the police officers to help save lives. If we had the Good Samaritan law, then people wouldn't be afraid to help.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, we lose our loved ones because there's nobody to help, and the ambulances take so long to come.
And I think that's a very good point that you've made there with the Good Samaritan law, because we've seen incidents before where people just pick up the person, throw them into the back of a vehicle, and like straight to the hospital. And then we have the people who are wary. Don't touch them, give them space and things like that. We don't have this training, right? Somebody's asking, is a part of the training talking about whether you encounter an accident, let's say an accident, are you allowed to move that person?
No.
No.
No, you're not allowed to move the person. The person may have neck, head injury, anything like that, so you're not allowed to move them. And that brings me to a good point as well, that remember that the tourniquet cannot be used on the torso of the body, the neck, or the head. In those areas, you have to stop the bleed by pressure. But
Pressure only. Like, you can't put a tourniquet over somebody.
yeah, even if you're not like them, Ren.
Oh man, I did try to save their life though. That's my excuse. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you guys. I know people might want to say the hand, but we can't because of the gruesome nature. Is that why we're not showing the hand?
Yeah.
Just tell the people that's why, because I was super excited.
I put it in the chat. Michelle is a BTL, not take over yet. Show the thing. No, can't. Facebook, I cut.
It's really hype though, guys. I will say, like, it's really. Where can people see? I'm gonna say demonstration, but like see information about this if they want to be able to have a training, stop the bleed at their workplace, in their youth groups or whatever it is.
Well, they can get in touch with me. You guys can share my number. They can get in touch with me. We're trying to organize a second one.
Nice.
And the University of Missouri is very excited, and they asked us to shout them out today. They'll be watching for us.
I mean, amazing job, University of Missouri. Really. Something very needed in our country.
Yes, it was really exciting to see how excited and how engaged our police officers were, and how the firefighters had actually a little bit more training, I have to say.
Than the police?
Pardon?
Than the police?
Yes, for stopping the bleed.
Wow, okay.
So, and that is, it's good that they had the training, but it's also concerning that we need to, put more effort in training our police officers. They're usually first there. But then again, a lot of them were concerned about not having the Good Samaritan law.
I don't blame them. I think it's just a matter of like being held responsible if something would not go the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
But also, like you mentioned before, a lot of times when we have these cases, because nobody was there to respond in the instance, people die on the spot, and it's hard to help save them when they're going on arrival too. Like they die shortly after arrival, either way. So it's just something to see how laws can be revamped in that way.
The humanitarian heart that I have would always try to help to save a life, regardless of the consequences later. But then I also have to be responsible to say we don't yet have that law.
Yeah.
So although we're training people and we're hoping that government will budge and like enacting a law like that, this is gonna be left to the conscience of the people that are trained. Do you want to risk getting sued or not? Most of the people that we trained actually said yes. Like, for example, the scouts, the Jaguar Scouts, they did it. I was very excited that these young people did it. And they were explaining, you know, they do a lot of adventure, go out, and if one of their people get hurt when they're in the jungle somewhere remote, then, you know, they can help save them before they get any help.
Right.
And that would be long before they get help if they're out there. So that was important for them, but they are trained in first aid, but Stop the Bleed is very specific and very different.
Is there any cost associated with the training?
No, the cost between Medical Electives Belize, the University of Missouri, and Kaya Responsible Travel, we covered all the costs. And I must say thanks to Maya Walk Tours because they sponsored transportation for our students to get to the
All
Belmont.
hands on deck.
All hands. We bring in everybody we can.
I really appreciate that because I think people obviously see the importance of this and how it can really save lives. It's not even just a joke about it. It's really something that can be life-changing for somebody on the spot that needs some level of medical attention. And even if it's a small thing that can be done, it can really prolong that life to be able to get to the medical experts and have something be done for them when they arrive. So I'm hoping to see, this is a proactive way because a lot of times we do change laws, do change things, and then after the fact we start like put in training, but it's also equipping people to be ready for that time comes when we can be able to get to a better point.
Yeah. The thing is, Brenda, when we see something wrong in our country, we can't wait for government or for somebody else to do it. If it is in our reach to do something to fix the problem, then it's our responsibility to try to do it. Because imagine it could be you or it could, I'm very accident prone and I've had a lot of accidents. And actually the last accident I had, it was Von Gill that pulled me out of the car and, you know, they thought I was gone.
Wow.
But Von Gill was the one that rendered assistance to me. And you will always appreciate that person regardless of what would have happened. And I'm not sure if he's trained or not, but I know he took off his shirt and tried to help me.
Wow.
And so that was appreciated. So when you're in that situation, you really, really recognize the need for it.
And I want to touch back on the topic that I brought up earlier about moving people, especially, or we talk about accidents and we don't know if they have any spinal head injuries or anything like that, and you don't want to make it worse, right? But when it comes to, like, let's say gunshot wounds and the unfortunate incident that happened this past weekend with the person who was found in the security booth with gunshot wounds, and we see the unfortunate incident of them the police just loading the person in the back of a pickup truck. In terms of things like that, what would moving that person and rendering assistance without any spinal or head injuries, would that be warranted or no?
No, if the person is bleeding and if it's a life-threatening type of bleeding, and you move them before you do the Stop the Bleed, then you are risking that person's life more than anything else. And in a lot of instances, I personally think, no professional opinion, again, I'm not a doctor, but I personally think that because we move them so abruptly, and we've seen it, it has caused more damage than good.
Yeah.
But then again, the training, we have to ensure that we train our people. We can't blame them if we don't train them.
That is so true.
Right, that's true.
Because if somebody doesn't have the skill set to be able to do that, you're saying, do something, but if they didn't get any kind of training, they do something and they might make matters worse. Somebody's saying here, and I love this comment, by the way, from Belizean girl. She's saying this would be really great if the tour guides could get trained with this.
We tried to reach out to tour guides, and the response that we got was that it was high season and they were really busy. But they asked us if we would do it in the low season.
Okay.
And I did consider that, yes. After tour guides suffer a lot when it's low season, and then to try to pull them away from work during the high season was not the best. We were just excited when we got approval from Ministry of Health.
I could imagine, like,
said,
let's go.
I said, come. Let's go.
Let's do this
And
thing, let's
do
go.
it, yeah. But yeah, we did think about tour guide. We also thinking about bus drivers.
Mm-hmm.
We can get some of the bus drivers at least to do that, but just anybody at all.
Really?
Anybody at all that's on the road.
Because you never know when you're going to come upon one of these accidents. You might be the first person, you might see it happen.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the incident that happened over the weekend on the Beaver Dam Bridge as well, with the woman who got stuck underneath the plow. Luckily, she survived with some head injuries, but they removed her. She was able to stand up on her own. She was conscious, thankfully, but it could have been a lot worse. And then what do you do in those circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Most definitely. So
Yeah.
again, reminding persons that if you're seeing this, it's something, obviously we can't show the pictures, but it's really cool, guys. If you're seeing this and you want to learn to stop the bleed and understand that, you know, taking matters into your own hand when it's appropriate and knowing exactly like the proper skills, get the capacity to do so, it's a priority for you or your group or whatever it is. You can also reach out to Miss Nancy, and then she can arrange for when the training can be able to take place with you. I think right now you're like trying to get a good amount of numbers so we can do a proper rollout for it. And so that would be something to look at. I think it's a great summer activity also, just me out here, for us to teach some kids, teach some persons just to understand. And so they also can be able to see like the
It looks so real, right?
it looks so real.
And when we have it hook up with the blood.
Because they put blood in it,
out,
guys, and the
it's,
blood gushes, and it's a whole thing. Like the blood gushes and does that. So I think it's a great experience for people to see real life what could be happening, and to help them just have some kind of skills. I think also somebody was saying that we can pair it with CPR, and like have like a whole thing where compiling one how we did CPR and stopping the bleed.
And also I'm planning on doing train the trainers. So that we get more people out there that can do the training, because at the moment I am doing the train the trainers, but I'm just one.
Yeah.
So we need a lot more people. I need to say though, guys, that although I encourage people to help, remember that we don't want to have two victims. So make sure that the area is safe. Like if there's a shooting, don't rush there because you saw somebody get hit.
Yes.
Wait till it's safe to help. Or if there's a traffic accident and there's fire, you know, if you think you can safely move the victim away from the fire, then that is good. If not, make sure you save yourself first.
Yeah.
Make sure you're safe. It's some kind of selfish.
No, but the rule is put your mask on first before you help. Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll have two victims, and then who's gonna help you?
Definitely.
But the stop the bleed. The beautiful thing about it, it also teaches you to help yourself if there's nobody around. So if we train you, you can, and you're the only person there, and you get injured, whether in the kitchen, I mean, anything can happen. You're trained how to help yourself.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great.
So we're gonna put a number for Nancy in the chat for people, and of course reminding you that, you know, she's building up the whole amount of persons for training. So please message in. Somebody's asking the training schedule. That would probably be better released after we get our numbers properly together. But please do message in to show your interest so that we can also see, because with bigger numbers it's easier to like plan a training that maybe we could say, oh, in Belize City we're gonna have this training for all people in Belize City, we can come the aggregate, vice versa, whatever it is. So but again, thank you so much, Nancy, for thinking outside the box. Somebody actually was mentioning that every time you come on there's a new idea, there's something that you're trying to push for.
I get bored easily.
Which is good because I like board dancing.
No, but
She
out of
things to do.
out of the boredom, amazing things occur.
Exactly. And I always like
Yeah.
your stance of not necessarily waiting for government to do something, waiting for this one to bring something. You can take it on your own, which shows a good inspiration for other persons to stop, wait for other people and be about it.
The thing is, government has their roles, and I know that sometimes they lack, whether they don't think about it or budget or whatever their excuse may be. I think I've grown from that person that wants to criticize and say. I haven't said much. I haven't said much at all in the last couple of years, because you get jaded and then you get tired and then it doesn't happen and then you become miserable. And instead of being that person that is upset about what is not happening, I've just decided to just do it. Because why not? If you can,
Why
you
not?
can.
Exactly. I love
We just do it. I was sign up Belize, and y'all best believe I literally whatever we do it.
Send up a whole office, please.
Huh?
Send up a whole office, because you don't go up on
Oh yes,
remote
true.
missions
You need to
and
come
stuff.
to be.
Yeah, I go up with, oh my gosh. I don't like see people blood, but that's all right.
Israel
We'll
could
try.
come too. I'll come. Let's
You
do it
better get
together.
used to it. Sometimes you'll see it whether you want it or not.
I'm just like, this is exciting. We're gonna do this definitely.
I'm just thinking about something.
I had both my daughters do it. One is still in high school, the other one is in university, but she likes adventuring and is a scout, so I said, you guys need to do it. Because
Definitely.
as a mother, we worry, and to know that our kids are equipped is like safety to me, peace of
Definitely.
mind.
But Nancy, thank you so much for joining us here on the couch this morning. Truly appreciate it. Guys, we will put that number in the chat for you so that you can sign up for this training, this life-saving training. It's Stop the Bleed training. So you want to be a part of that. But with that, we go to our next commercial break. And when we are back, I hear auditions coming up for a play. What? You want to be a part of that? Stay
Be a
tuned.
star.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning,
of
the
northern
2023
in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Tulsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Nadir Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
As leader of the opposition, what's going to happen if, God forbid, they were to win and he becomes prime minister? What is he going to do with respect to BTL and SpeedNet at that juncture? What is he going to do with respect to the competition, to the conflict that must continue to prevail between SpeedNet, Smart, which his family owns, and I say he also owns, versus a BTL? What is he going to do if he ever gets into power? He's going to try and hobble BTL. It'll be a sellout all over again. They probably can't physically sell it because it's in the Constitution. But, Madam Speaker, I can bet they would absolutely undercut BTL for Smart. That is what the people of this country must remember.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
The Prime Minister's family stands to benefit substantially.
But do you know who doesn't stand to benefit? The Social Security Board and any Belizean worker who depends on them. It's so toxic, board members are resigning rather than voting. But the Social Security Board hasn't said anything. SSB owns more than 30% of BTL. Will they stay silent and allow this deal? Will they allow BTL to take on this massive liability? Will they gamble with your pension, your benefits, your fund? Politicians' families will get the payout, but Belizean workers will get the bill. SSB, don't gamble with what you can't afford to lose.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we had Nefertari Nancy Marin in talking about the Stop the Bleed training, which is a promising training that you want to take on. Again, we will put that number when we share this segment so that you could get in contact with her to go through one of these trainings with her. But we're jumping into our second conversation this morning, and we're going to be talking about auditions happening this Saturday at the Bliss Center for Performing Arts with No Matter What. So, right, we have the creator of No Matter What, the producer, Mr. Denver Fairweather. How are you doing this morning, Mr. Denver?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
It's nice to have you
Nice
back.
to have
We
you,
want
yes.
Things that come.
Yes,
Things that up the horizon.
Why, yeah, how much, what? Season what?
Season 5.
Season 5, no matter what. But Denver, for people who might be living under a rock or just to come in, can you explain what No Matter What is about?
All right. No Matter What is the first long-running dramatic TV show in Belize. Actually, the only one that I can recall.
Games.
Yeah.
Oh, anything else?
And what we did when we started in 2005, myself and Steve Berry, who is the co-creator and director of the show, I'm the producer. We had a desire to be able to showcase Belizean talent, Belizean stories, Belizean scenarios at a very high quality. Steve, having been a professor of film and TV studies at Howard University for years, He had traveled the world, seen films from Cuba, from Africa and other countries, but never saw a Belizean film. And he actually had met a Belizean when he was in college. And so he came to Belize, and basically both of us had the desire to be able to showcase what we have in Belize from a movie or dramatic series standpoint in a very professional and high quality level. And we achieved that in 2005 with season 1. We did season 2 in 2006, we did season 3 in 2008, and then we did season 4 in 2011. It was well received. Of course, in Belize, it was like a family affair.
Definitely.
From the kids to the grandparents would sit down on the nights that the show comes on at prime time, and be entertained. But what we also did with the show, and what we always try to do with the show, is to also integrate important social issues, but we integrate it in a way that it's basically seamless. It's real life, down to earth. And we showcase through different characters dealing with the same issue. One that basically addresses it in a negative way, and then one that addresses it or gets influenced to do more positive actions. And through that, we are able to showcase some of the behavior change that is desired, and that will be beneficial. And I think that has been well received because it's a good vehicle to be able to get constructive social messages in, because it grabs people's attention, especially people like the younger persons, people that are not necessarily into the news and stuff like that. That's the only it's a way locally to be able to get a concentrated audience that is able to we're able to get across entertainment, but also positive messages. And that's what we're doing. So this Saturday, basically, and this actually, we had a 20th anniversary event in November at the Bliss. And based on the feedback we got from that, and actually the people who attended, everybody that attended who haven't seen the show or some have seen the show for like 20 years, when they sat there in the Bliss, everybody was enthralled, people are laughing, people are giggling. And everybody, even though we've seen it before, loved it again. And based on the outpour of support and interest that people have expressed when we were bringing back the show, I got inspired to basically focus on bringing a new season of the show.
Nice.
Oh, so just because of the celebrations, I love that.
No, well, I mean, it's a demand. The fact is, over the years, people have been asking for it. The unfortunate thing is that a show like this is very expensive to produce.
Yes, definitely.
In comparison to what people are used to in terms of rates for, because the way how we produce the show is to be able to get sponsorship from advertisers, where they do ads and promotions through the show, and then those funds are what allow us to basically facilitate. And the show is very tedious to produce. We'll basically be starting to produce in the next 2 weeks to be able to be on air in May.
Wow.
It usually takes us 2 to 3 weeks of shooting and a couple of weeks of editing per episode. However, what I did find is that when we did our first audition for season 1, and the show wasn't established yet, we had, let's say, about 50 people show up. And we found some real diamonds in the rough, some gems. Actually, like most of our actors that were on season 1 didn't have any, weren't trained actors and didn't have any major experience, especially on TV, including the Margaret character, Charlotte Neal, Cliff, Kent Clare, Desani, Rosanna, not Shakira, Samuels, and Hershabet Ramklam, no? They were, and even Randy, Carrot, Paulino. They all came in and they just blew us away. So we're looking forward to the same kind of finding some diamonds in the rough this Saturday. For the new season, we are going to be, it's based on the same family, the Diego family.
Okay.
We're going to have a bit more focus on Lisana, who is now in her 30s as a mother with teenage kids.
Okay.
But we'll still have some of the main characters, including the Margaret character, Cliff, Randy, Danman, Shanice, Miss Dawn, and others.
Nice.
But we are trying to up it another level again. And so what we've done in terms of our scripting for this new season that is in process, and we basically have the first episode completed, is that we are integrating some new characters. Because the show features from kids, like in the previous installment, we had like a little Leroy who was like 5, 6 years old. Actually, an associate of yours. Denver. Yeah, he used to do little anecdotes at the beginning with Granny Tomasa.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I need to tell about
and then we go all the way to like a senior citizen, and we have teenagers, adults. A lot of what we're going to be doing will have some of our major scenarios is youth related, and we're looking to work with some entities, NGOs, and other entities that have some social issues that they would like to highlight. But getting to the younger audience, of course, it's hard to reach them. It's not like stuff like in terms of online, Facebook, and stuff like that. But a program like this that will feature youths and that will be down to earth and realistic.
This is really
is definitely going to be able to grab that attention, and then we're going to be able to use that vehicle for positive social change. So hopefully you can show it on the screen shortly. We have a listing of characters. Actually, we have about 22 new characters that have speaking roles. And we also need extras for scenes, for event scenes where we need people in the background, right? So we're looking forward to people to come out this Saturday at the Bliss from 1 to 5 p.m. to audition. And so we'll basically be providing like scenes, different scenes for different characters, and then have people basically prepare themselves and then showcase their talent.
When you say prepare themselves, now, is there like a script that they'll have to follow, or is it just improvised?
No, it will be a script. We'll basically provide like what you call sides, like one or two sheets of a scene.
Brandon, to get ready.
I know, I get ready.
He need to audition. That'd be super cool, dude.
But in terms of now, you're going there and you are looking to apply for a certain part. How can somebody just say, all right, well, I want to sign up for being this person?
Well, basically, as I said, we have the description of the roles on our Facebook page, no matter what Facebook page.
Okay.
And then what they can do, they'll see a brief description of the characters, the general age range, the race, Just note that we have a diverse cast, and the characters that we're looking for are actually a very diverse spread. So basically, anybody that has interest in acting, have some experience, or just like the idea of being on TV, like no matter what, and would like to participate, you're welcome to come out, and we'll audition you, and then we'll get back to those persons who blow us away.
All right.
Right. But even those who don't maybe secure the role that they're looking for based on the description will most likely be able to, if they're really interested in participating, we'll call on them at some time during the season, because we're going to have 10 episodes. And as I said, we have 8 returning characters. We have about 22 to 23 new characters with speaking roles and specific scenarios. And then we have a variety of background people that we could use for different things.
I know you spoke about the filming aspect of it and how long it will take, but what are they, like, what is the schedule? Let's say for people who want to audition, but yes, I have my job.
Well, it's the audition, the main audition will take place at the Bliss, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Saturday.
But the filming of it.
Oh, when we're filming, no. Well, the thing is that we basically coordinate the filming based on people's availability. So I check everybody's availability. To some extent, we have done in the past most of our shooting on weekends and night times, because most people go to school and work. We don't have full-time actors in Belize.
Okay.
So yeah, so in terms of the time, it's primarily nights and weekends, and where possible and necessary, we do some shoots during the day, during the week. But yeah, we basically coordinate schedules with everybody.
Okay, great.
As for a scene, we might need 5 to 6 characters.
Yeah, partner named Brandon.
Yes. And so yeah, so it's a tedious process, but it's something that is rewarding when we look at the kind of reception we get. And what we had done with season 1, 2, and 3, we had done a licensing agreement with the Caribvision, CBU's regional broadcast in 2008, which was well received. So now we are working on actually doing encores of season 1, 2, and 3 in the Caribbean, and then also as we air in Belize, we're going to also work on having arrangements to air in other Caribbean countries. So it's going to extend the reach of the show.
Right.
And then after the season is complete, we'll actually have it on a streaming medium for those in the diaspora who would like to view the show and support the show as well through paying for streaming. Because as I said, this is a very expensive venture. So we are diversifying the way how we're able to support it. And then the objective is to do more programs of this nature as we go along going forward.
So people definitely need to sign up. I like how it says that in the case you can't physically make it in person, you can send a short acting sample via WhatsApp too for
Yes.
persons that maybe can't make it there physically.
Yes. We're also open to people sending in samples, but it is more if the audition itself where you're able to actually read scenes and interact with other characters or prospective characters
Makes it easier.
gives us a better sense,
read and
better
all
sense
that.
of exactly what you can do and how you can execute the role. But I mean, for those who absolutely can't make it from out district or have other commitments, they can send in their they could contact me at 610-1313. And then we could and then they could send their sample, and then we'll also basically vet them for that character or that they may fit, no?
Question, so if somebody like maybe has a tight schedule or something on Saturday, can they message to book a time to be able to audition?
Yeah,
Is that possible?
that is open, yeah. They can,
I'm also thinking about persons that, because I know it's from 1 to 5, but like maybe someone says, I really have to get it at 2 because I have something at 4 that I have to do, so can I please come for the 2 p.m.?
That can be done. And everybody, my number is 610-1313. Anybody who's interested and has any queries can feel free to call me at any time. We're in the process now, as I said, we are doing auditions this Saturday. We will start production next week. Because as I said, it takes a bit of a few weeks of shooting.
So literally you get chosen almost on the spot.
But I mean, the process with our director, Steve, he's able to work with the actors from novice to experienced person and be able to get them to basically bring across those roles effectively and realistically.
Exciting.
I know, right?
I like it.
And as we are in the process right now of doing the auditions for the new roles, we're also in the process of meeting with businesses and organizations to partner with us to be able to be showcased seamlessly and integrated into the show.
Definitely. So they can contact your number as well.
And viable medium. Huh?
They can contact your number as well.
Yes, 610-1313.
All right, great.
I didn't watch your rules there. I did see.
You see.
I say a businessman, so like, all right.
I said Betty.
You're a Betty. All right.
I could be Betty.
Watch me and Kevin show up Saturday.
Yep. No, you're encouraged to come out. All are welcome.
Come for a part, brother. I'm ready for my close-up. Imagine I'll show you this thing. Woo.
And then one of the things that we'll be doing, as I said, we're going to be premiering the new season 5 in May.
Okay.
However, as a build-up to that, and as a continuation to what we did for the 20th anniversary, in the months of November and December, we had done encores of season 1 to refresh those fans of the show, and also to introduce a new generation. Because the last season of No Matter What that premiered was in 2011, so anybody that's under the age of 15,
they have definitely shut up.
So we basically introduced that new audience to it, and then we are going to be encoring season 2 and 3, leading up to season 5. So starting later in January, we will be doing encores of season 2 and 3, so to get people back up to speed and then warm them up and gear them up for the new season.
Definitely, I think that's much needed, especially for those persons who may have been too young at 2005 for the debut of it, to actually catch up with all of this, and then we flow seamlessly on to the 5th season, and hopefully there's a 6th and 7th.
Well, yeah, the aim is to actually start focusing. My aim now is to focus more on the entertainment-based production.
Great.
And so the objective is to be able to have a very well-received season 5, which we anticipate we will, based on the feedback we get from 20-year-old episodes that aired in November, and everybody was well entertained and enthused. And we intend to step it up another level technically as well and aesthetically. And as I said, it's going to be a bigger cast and even more diverse cast. And so we expect it to come off well. And then building on that, as I said, we're also going to be airing regionally and then streaming internationally. Mm-hmm. So the objective is to turn over what we make from the season 5 into a season 6 and other entertainment-based programs from Belize for the Belizean and regional market.
Somebody's asking if there is a Creole class at some point before the play. Somebody don't know if it's a Creole. They don't know if they give off their Creole the way they're supposed to give off their Creole.
No, it's not going to be an issue. I mean, the fact is that we're actually aiming to be a little more English-based for this season, since we're going to try to get as much distribution as possible internationally.
Right.
Well, for Belize and the Caribbean, the Creole works. But yeah, for the wider audience, we will also try to expand that the horizon.
Put the little words at the bottom.
So they're going to take on our English classes.
But the good thing is that all Belizeans are at birth bilingual. We're Creole and English.
Creole and English. We don't know what happens. So
we're comfortably bilingual.
we do Incro. I call it Incro sometimes. Where English and Creole mixed together.
Yeah.
You know that, so that's why they ask Spanglish. Incro.
I'm thinking that Kringlish, but okay.
English, okay, that's the one to look at it.
But yes, Denver, as we're coming to the close of the segment, any final words for people out there?
No, as I said, anybody that has interest in acting, either as a hobbyist, professionally, or you just wanting to be a part of the show, a fan of the show, wanting to be a part of the show. We are auditioning and we have roles from kids, teenagers, adults, and we even have a senior citizen in there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
A character who is like the cousin of Granny Thomas. Because in terms of forecast, we had Miss Carrie Fairweather in Belgrave, who was Granny Tomasa, who was one of our strong characters, the hub of the family. She passed away in 2011.
Oh.
But she was well loved, and as I said, we went from children to senior citizens. So we do have somebody that is a family member or is scripted as a cousin of Granny Tomasa, who is going to provide that older figure, no?
Nice.
Okay, great.
It's a good amount of different roles, guys. So make sure you go on
At
to
the
the
Bliss,
Facebook page.
no matter what Facebook, NOHMATTAWAT, the Creole version.
I don't put it in the chat. I don't put your number as well.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
come out to the Bliss, 1 to 5 on Saturday, this Saturday, January 17th.
All right.
So no matter what, we have to go to a commercial break, though. So with that, we're going to be going to that, and we're going to be right back. Stay tuned.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news and your craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss. Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
The Prime Minister's family stands to benefit substantially.
But do you know who doesn't stand to benefit? The Social Security Board and any Belizean worker who depends on them. It's so toxic, board members are resigning rather than voting. But the Social Security Board hasn't said anything. SSB owns more than 30% of BTL. Will they stay silent and allow this deal? Will they allow BTL to take on this massive liability? Will they gamble with your pension, your benefits, your fund? Politicians' families will get the payout, but Belizean workers will get the bill. SSB, don't gamble with what you can't afford to lose.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for a journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
As leader of the opposition, what's going to happen if, God forbid, they were to win and he becomes prime minister? What is he going to do with respect to BTL and SpeedNet at that juncture? What is he going to do with respect to the competition, to the conflict that must continue to prevail between SpeedNet, Smart, which his family owns, and I say he also owns, versus a BTL? What is he going to do if he ever gets into power? He's going to try and hobble BTL. It'll be a sellout all over again. They probably can't physically sell it because it's in the Constitution. But, Madam Speaker, I can bet they would absolutely undercut BTL for Smart. That is what the people of this country must remember.
And we are back, Boozlers. Earlier, before the break, we had exciting conversations because no matter what, season 5 is coming out very soon. They have auditions happening from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Saturday. That's January 17th at the Belize Institute for Performing Arts. It's going to be a great time. They have a number of different roles. On the commercial break, Brandon and I was like, which role we would I be good at? So like we have 2 people, with Brandon, 2 for myself, Angeline to get in at the mix too. But they try to convince Mary Frances to get at this point. So, and then we have to talk to Kevin because it'd be so nice to have all of those playing some little role in it. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to bring that back.
Yeah,
And
Sunup on the big screen. Could you
Sunup
imagine?
on the big screen, guys. Ooh!
When we start talking about this for true, we could do a whole film production, yeah. So like how, you know, like, and this is so like they have bands where do the whole movie thing and like this is the thing Camp Rock and like, just, you know,
We could do this.
we could do Sunup.
I ready.
At sundown.
You're
I
all
don't know.
stars. You're all stars. You're actors.
Yes,
But
guys.
on the next note, we're gonna be playing a game, and I'm really excited to be playing this game because I only played with Kevin before, and Kevin has been
Quite memorable.
quite memorable with this game. But I blame Mary Frances because she messed up my poor friend. Anyways, on a next note, this game is called the Alphabet Game. Alphabet Story Time. And I'm sure you guys remember or recall from it where it's every letter of alphabet. We're supposed to be telling a storyline and it's supposed to go together. It doesn't have to make full sense, but enough sense to be senseful, right? So what happens is, like I would be the letter A and I would say something, a long sentence or a sentence with A, and then Brandon would be B, so he has to start his sentence with B and follow up from my A. And then it just continues until we're done with the alphabet. And we have a story that hopefully you can tell your children at night. So...
I just the thing about when you reach the letters like X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm. Listen to me, it's gonna be a fun time. This is why I love this game. It's gonna be a fun time.
All right.
So, are we ready? Let's do this thing. So the first one is, a man in a faraway land came to his wife to say,
Babe, I have come from faraway lands with huge treats for you and the children.
can you please just wash up the dishes first?
Damn, babe. You don't even allow me to be happy to see my wife and children.
Everybody has a husband that washes the dishes, Brandon. Wash the dishes.
Fine, my love. Just because they're you, I will do the dishes.
Golly, it took so long to be able to get there.
Hell, this woman never appreciate why I do wrong this house here. No, I gone to faraway lands, and she could have never appreciate what I do.
I appreciate everything that you do, but I would also appreciate if you wash damn dishes.
Just so you know, I gotta pay the bills for the water so I could even wash their dishes.
Kills your husband, wash dishes, pay bills, and do all the things that she supposed to do.
Liar. I know that man there so and he no wash one damn dish in his life.
Man, Juni, why you have to call the man out like that?
Not be like that. Not a lie for your friend you so at all.
Okay. Okay. You had to be like that. I not lie, and I tell my version of the truth.
Please, man, I'm tired. I could wash the dishes tomorrow.
Quiet. I need time to think about this decision to make.
Remember the time when you come from far, far away, you not bring nothing for me and your picnic, eh? But I still put up your foot and massage it?
So you like want to bring up old thing, man, back in the days drama.
The thing is, though, I do things for you all around the year and you just not appreciate me.
On the contrary, I do think I appreciate you. I just feel like you know the city appreciation the way you're supposed to say appreciation, but appreciation is there.
Very, very condescending at times. Very condescending at times. You know what? I think this doesn't work. This obviously doesn't work.
Well, divorce it is then, because obviously you don't want to end this marriage. And it trace in the comments.
So, Nanjanich, Remember that time? That's an Antonich. When we bring up this same divorce talking and where you do, you run back to me.
But I love how Belize and girls in the story. Oh, sorry. I didn't laugh too hard. What you miss about San Antonio? I didn't even hear.
San Antonich, when I remember that time that San Antonich, when we bring up the same divorce talk and where you do, you run right back to me.
You see? This is your problem. You always want to bring up old past. You don't want to wash the dishes. You don't want to fulfill your manly responsibilities in this house. This is always the thing with you.
Zeta water. Zeta water. That's the way I buy for you for this gift. So that you go. So wash the dishes good for once. The nice soft water for Zeta. Start it again, like
you want to start?
Yeah, with the same storyline.
Oh my gosh. See, Marsha, when it says zebra, you come and put zebra. No, but the Zeta water here to wash the thing with.
I'll begin.
So you want you want begin now, so you don't get the same letters. Zeta water.
A lot of times I go about the place, bring back this Zeta water, for try give you a little hint like I need help from the houseman, but you don't do nothing.
Brandon, this is why we had to go on a counseling, you know, because
Junior
you.
and Brandon. Okay, got it.
You say, eh.
But you call me Junior before, now you call me Brandon.
Why? Why? This is why we have to go on a counseling, you know, because every time you know to deal with the conflict at hand, you just to bring back past. You look at yourself and your responsibilities and what you do in this marriage.
Counseling? You mean the same counseling where I Ghana and you never show up? The same counseling where I pour out my heart to this counselor and everything like that, and you just not show up?
That same counseling.
That no.
That DAT. That same counseling.
Oh, you got Creole, all right.
Yeah, that same counseling that talk about the one where barely me want to show up for. I had to pull your leg to get there, but you're there now, and then you want to go and not follow what the counselor say.
Every time they say your argument, like you have a different counselor, clearly, because I'm going to go down a counseling. I know you to tell me how you to try to jig me down a counseling. Which counselor?
For real? This is your story? Where you will come and try play as that you are the victim in all of this? For real?
G, come on. Get real, because clearly the court ordered that we gone to counseling, and guess what happened? You're not going to counseling. I just vote for go back to the court and say, you know what? Done this.
Ha ha ha! Jokes on you! Jokes on you! I don't gone back to court. I don't gone deal with this. Divorce paper to come for you soon in the mailbox.
I happy. Thank you. Because then me have to pay it now, you know.
Just so you know, I filed underneath the claim that you made a cheat on me and all kind of other things. So guess what, Junie? You will have to pay something towards this divorce. What was your last letter? Because I...
Kill me, man. Kill me, like... You every time you think of that one step ahead of a woman, then 3 steps ahead, you know.
Lord, take her. Take her right now. Make it go. If you want to go, make it go. Go.
Miss, just for showing you that I that one step ahead of you, even your ma, that was witness for me.
No,
that you really cheat this whole while.
No, come bring Clarita in this. No, come bring my good Clara in this, Johnny.
Oh, but you see the thing is, me and Clara made a ride around in a vehicle a day when we see you with Norman. We see her with Norman, you know, and we see her the whole hand and they check and they kiki about the place.
People need to stop bring you liar tales. Story when I go so.
Rotted. You could upset me, you know, because you still lie to my face all of this time, you so. Telemundo. Okay.
Yes, because I said people. It's okay, guys. We actually run out of time.
Yes.
But people actually made it enjoy this story.
We are continuing this saga. We are continuing this saga.
This story, this is a real drama. This could go up no matter what. Like,
we were auditioning just now.
we made an audition just now.
What you saw
actually.
just now was acting as
Telemundo.
actors.
I'm glad that you guys were fully invested in this story. Brendan should have zoom in, zoom in.
Zoom. Zell me money.
Zell me some money.
But yes, guys, we've come to the end of our show. Unfortunately, I mean, like that game.
I'm actually really.
We need a full-length game.
We need to just go and then just say how the story would.
I mean, a nice storyline. I don't know how that pick up.
Drama, me out of ara, Juni, and then if you get divorced, if nothing.
Clearly.
They're not happy.
But yes, guys, we want to thank our guests for coming in. We had Nefertari Nancy Marin in talking about the Stop the Bleed campaign. Again, I think you put the number in the chat.
Yeah, Nancy put the number in chat.
Right.
As well.
Right, so that you could contact her in order to get that training. We've also had Denver Fairweather in talking about the No Matter What auditions, again, happening this Saturday at the Bliss Institute for Performing Arts from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mama done messaging us. Maybe I should go for the elderly woman.
Oh my gosh, Miss Elena,
Ma,
yes,
we're going.
please.
Saturday, we're going.
Please go. I really, you'll be amazing. You might look so cute. Like, yes. So definitely, guys, it would be a great time to see how our new diamonds in the rough, these amazing actors, because we have so much talent in Belize, go and temp it out 1 to 5 p.m. Of course, we put the number in chat for the Stop the Bleed training to also check about, but there are a lot of great opportunities happening out there. Take advantage of it.
Like when Zabel said,
she want to know the ending.
Stay tuned for next week's episode.
My Auntie Vera said this is the best one ever.
But yes, guys, as I usually say, go be beautiful, Belize. I'm not come up with my next one yet.
I came up with mine. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I love that.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, guys,
See you
we're
back
setting
next
up.
week, Thursday.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Next week, Tuesday.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up